Good day. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the student visa subclass 500 so you can study the course of your dreams in Australia. So here I am on the imi.homeaffairs.gov.au website, and I've searched and I've typed in 500 in the search bar, and the first result is what we're after. So I've opened the result in a new tab. So the short description is visit Australia to participate in a course of study. Okay, let's have a look at the overview. Okay, so the period of stay is up to 5 years in line with your enrollment. The cost for the visa application for a student visa is $650 Australian, unless exempt, unless you're being sponsored by DFAT. Okay, processing times at the moment due to COVID are not available, so they're all variable, and in an effort to make visa applications quicker, they've put this message up on their website. So please ensure that you lodge a complete and decision-ready student visa application. The application form in IMI account tells you what documents to attach. Applications that are incomplete may be finalized without requesting further information from you. After lodging, you should ensure that all documents are up to date. Additional documents can be attached to your application through IMI account. Basically, what they're saying is that they've got lots and lots of visa applications after the borders have opened up after COVID. More applications than people can process. So if your application has been lodged and things are missing, they're going to refuse it without asking for more information. So please don't waste your money. $650 is a lot of money. Make sure everything has been attached that is on the document checklist, which we are going to go through shortly. Okay, before we continue, I would like to take this opportunity to ask you if you can please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, smash the like button, and share this video with family and friends so YouTube can recommend this video and help this, and this video can help as many people as possible. Okay, so let's continue. With this visa, you can participate in an eligible course of study, bring family members with you to accompany you while you are studying, apply online in or outside Australia. Majority will be outside Australia, unless you've come here as a visitor and then now decided I would like to study. Work unlimited in any sector, and this is again due to the worker shortage due to COVID and the massive inflation in groceries because they don't have enough workers. So temporarily unlimited work hours, but before COVID it was 40 hours per fortnight, I believe. You must be enrolled in a course of study in Australia, so no enrollment means no visa. So you must be enrolled to be eligible to continue to hold a student visa, have adequate overseas student health cover, or fall into an exemption category, which is the country you're from has a reciprocal arrangement with Medicare equivalent from your country. So basically you can get a Medicare card if Australia has a similar agreement with your country. The minimum age for a visa holder, for a student visa holder, is 6 years. So it must be 6 years or older. If you're under the age of 18, you must have a welfare arrangement with either the school, your parents, or a guardian or a relative that's going to provide guardianship for you while you're in Australia. Like an auntie or an uncle or an older brother or a sister, something like that. If in Australia, and if you hold a substantive visa, this will mean that and you apply for this visa, your other visa will cease once this visa is granted. Okay, and that's the overview tab. Okay, and now in the next tab we will go through about this visa tab. Okay, let's explore about this visa. Okay, so pretty much another summary. With this visa, you can participate in a course of study in Australia, travel in and out of Australia, and as a temporary measure, you can have work for unlimited hours. You can stay. How long can you stay? Up to 5 years. It depends on the type of course you're studying and its length. Primary school children enrolled in years 1 to 4 will generally be granted a student visa for a maximum of 3 years. Okay. If you need to stay longer, you must apply for a new student visa before your current visa expires. And if your student visa will expire before graduation, you might be eligible for a visitor visa subclass 600. So see the video titled on this channel, how to extend your visitor visa while in Australia. Okay, so that will give you the information you need to apply for a visitor visa if you're waiting for your graduation ceremony. You will need a letter from your education provider with the date of your graduation as evidence, so with your lodgement of the visitor visa application. If you hold a student visa and have completed specific qualifications in Australia and they've been completed in the last 6 months, you may be eligible for a temporary graduate subclass 485 visa, which I will make a video about once I finish the student visa videos. And and if you are a engineering graduate, instead of applying for the 485, there's a special visa for engineering graduates, which is also similar to the 485, but that's a 476 visa for engineering students, graduates, to get work experience. Okay, and I'll make a video about that visa as well. If you want to stay longer for other reasons, you must apply for a new visa that suits your circumstances. So, for example, if you no longer want to study, then you need to change the visa subclass. Otherwise, your student visa will be cancelled, and then you'll be asked to leave within 35 days, I believe. Okay. In this visa, you can include family. You can include family members when you lodge your application. For student visas, your family member is your partner and you or your partner's dependent children who is unmarried and not turned 18 years of age. Okay. If the children are older than 18, then they cannot be granted a student visa. They need to apply for their own visa. So basically, adult children are not eligible, which is very rare, but does happen. But any children under the age of 18 can be included in your visa application, and your partner as well. Okay, if they turn 18 after they come here, then they either need to go back to another country or apply for their own student visa if they want to study in Australia. You must declare your family members in your student visa application, even if they do not plan to travel with you to Australia. If you do not do this, this is very important. If you do not do this, your family members will not be eligible for a student visa to join you in Australia in the future. So if you decide not to declare your family members because it's cheaper, you don't have to show as much funds, they can't mysteriously appear in the future and say, now I've got a family and kids. That's what they're saying here. Okay. You must declare them even if they're not going to be joining you, because if in the future you want to bring them, then you can do so. Okay. Your family members can also apply as a subsequent entrant at a later time, separate from your application. So that was what I was saying. They can come and join you at a later date once you've settled in Australia. Okay. Family members who apply must meet their own requirements for health and character. That's a given. Check the annual school costs you will need to pay for any dependent children to go either to public or private schools in Australia. So yes, it's not cheap. You must check the cost, and we will go through that shortly. Okay, and you must see the evidence of enough money section. So we will go through that shortly. And the next one is cost. Let's have a look at the cost. Okay, so the cost, as discussed earlier, is Australian $650 for the main applicant, unless they are exempt. Each family member also needs to pay a charge for the visa as well. Okay. So this is some information about students who are affected by COVID. You will have extra costs for completing your own and organizing your own health checks and police certificates if requested by the department. Work out what your visa cost will be. Use the visa pricing estimator. So I've opened that up in a new tab. I've chosen subclass 500, and I've chosen all other students. I've put in a hypothetical date, 1 December 2022. Is the applicant in Australia? No. How many additional applicants? So I'm in this scenario, I'm going to put a partner who's over 18 and under 18, 2 kids. Okay, and none of these applicants are in Australia, and I'll leave the price to be displayed in Australian dollars and get an estimate. Okay, so here's how it works. Okay, the $650 for the main applicant, $485 for the partner, and 2 times the under 18 charge, which is $320. Okay, so the total is $1,455. So use this estimator for your own circumstances, and you can get a rough idea of how much you'll need to pay. Okay, let's keep going. You can, as mentioned earlier, apply from within Australia or outside Australia. Majority will be from outside Australia. Here's some information about package courses. You will need to give the department a COE, confirmation enrollment, for each course. The last course you take as part of your course package is your main course of study. We use your main course of study to work out what financial and English language skills evidence you must give us. If your visa application includes a package of courses, course gaps must be less than 2 calendar months unless the first course finishes at the end of a standard academic year and the next course commences at the beginning of the standard academic year. For example, in Australia, generally November is the end of the academic year, and there's a 3-month holiday roughly, and then the next academic year starts in February. So if your course has that, you are able to have a 3 to 4 month gap in between courses because it's out of your control. Student visa grant periods are applied to packaged courses. Okay, so you don't need to worry too much about this. Hopefully the education provider that you're going with is on the ball, and their international students department is aware of this, and they package your COEs and give you the COEs accordingly. Okay, processing times. They do actually have processing times here. So this is foreign affairs is not a very common one. Postgraduate is very common. So 50% 44 days, 75% 3 months, and 90% of applications 8 months. So this is as of 4th of September. Non-award sector is not a very common one. School sector, 18 days, 25%, 40 days, 50%, 75%, 89 days, and 90% of applications in 4 months. So that's a lot quicker than the postgraduate. ELICOS, which is English, coming to Australia to study English. Here are the processing times: 50% 70 days, 75% 3 months, and 90% 5 months. So yep, they're all prolonged because of the amount of applications. VET sector, again, very, very popular, and very long processing times. And the higher education sector, which is a general bachelor's, is not too bad compared to the others, but still 4 months to 2 to 4 months for 75% to 90% of applications. So again, as I said earlier, if you don't fill it in correctly, now they're not even going to bother asking you for additional documents. They'll just refuse your application. So yeah, make sure you don't leave out any documents. Travel in and out as many times as you like. It is a multiple entry visa.